Oh, I'm not gonna be able to get these gloves. Keep forgetting that I can go live so quickly. Wi-Fi. Sorry, everybody. I'll have to trim that up. Annie and I. Annie, where are you? I gotta take my gloves off when I switch cameras. There's Annie, running through the woods. We got beautiful, beautiful weather here. Thank you, Donut Dolly. I'm sorry. Thanks, Lori. I apologize. I don't know how long I've been muted, but essentially, essentially, I don't like it. I don't like this design on YouTube. I'm gonna have to reach out to him, because when you switch the camera forward to back, like if I want to show you guys Annie and then go back, like within a millimeter on the screen is the mute button. So you can accidentally hit one or both of them at the same time. It's kind of strange. Anyway, let me go back a little bit. So my daughter, knowing what I went through, right? Anxiety, depression, loss of a job that I loved, end of marriage, not living with them anymore, multiple suicide attempts. She's tired of visiting me in the hospital. She doesn't say anything to me, right? It's almost like people are afraid to talk about it. I tell them they can ask me anything they want to, but they don't. But she gets me this gift, this jar. I'm gonna try and do this without muting. This jar of Bible verses to read, pick out the color depending on how I'm feeling, to encourage me. And that's exactly what Isaiah 43 is filled with encouragement. The whole book of Isaiah is filled with encouragement. I love that book. It's like a mini Bible in and of itself, I think. Anyway, some of the things that he says is, I created you, I formed you, I redeemed you. And not like a $1 coupon when you go to the grocery store, right? I mean, redeemed means to cover for one's faults. He covered us with the Savior. He's talking about, he even calls us his Savior in this chapter. I mean, you can't get any more encouraging than this. And as you consider all these promises that God makes just in this one chapter alone of the Bible, I mean, regardless of how you're feeling, you have to feel encouraged. You have to. And as God provides what you need, and you reflect on that, then you can encourage other people, right? It's kind of like an upward spiral instead of a downward spiral like I was in. You know, that's what God provides. And I'm gonna sound like a MasterCard commercial here, okay, for a second. You guys are gonna have to deal with me for a second on a MasterCard commercial. Remember those commercials? Well, this gift probably cost 20 bucks. Shipping, I don't know, it's glass, $7. But the gift itself, to me, is priceless. And it's gonna stand the test. It's a gift that's gonna stand the test of time, and that I'm gonna love forever and ever. Encouraging words from God. You know, I couldn't ask for any more from my daughter. So let me ask you guys a couple questions. 2 questions. One is, what other promises can you find in Isaiah 43 that God says about you? I encourage you guys to read 43 and read what promises he has. Here's 2 of them, and it's all based on one word. That I'm just gonna give you my 2 favorite ones, okay? Annie, that's just a car. Annie! Look at Annie running around. My 2 favorite verses. Verse 5, fear not, for I am with you. And verse 1, do not fear, for I have redeemed you. So he's always with us, and he sent his son to redeem me from my sins. And I love those verses, and I like the word fear because number one, I have anxiety and depression, and God, uses the words fear. Do not fear, do not worry, do not be afraid or anxious 365 times in the Bible. 365 times, like one for every day. That might even be on purpose, because he doesn't want us to feel that way. He wants us to feel happy. And you can read those promises in Isaiah 43. And then the second question is, as you reflect on these promises that God has for each and every one of us, how can we share, how can we encourage someone else? How can we share a promise card, text, or email with someone today? Think about that. Who can you share something encouraging with today? I'll have to think about that, but I'm definitely going to do it. Where's Annie? Uh-oh. She was here and she just disappeared. It's like, where's Waldo? Annie, where are you? Annie. Hey, feel the steel. Isaiah's book is awesome. It's unbelievable. Good morning, Frank. And thanks for everybody letting me know I'm on mute. I apologize about that. Yeah, thank you, Donut Dolly. I did suffer, but I'm better. I'm better for it. I'm sure that's why God had me do this. Ah, there she is. You guys see her? Running through the snow. Annie, what are you doing? So I'm encouraged by God's promises, especially the one where I know where I'm going because I'm redeemed through what his son did on the cross. And I can't be any more happy about knowing where I'm going. Hey, Life of Olivia. I found your channel and I subscribed to it. I was looking for some others like Donut Dolly. I haven't been able to find everybody and I don't know why. Oh my gosh, here she comes with another huge stick. That's not a stick, that's a branch. That thing's like 12 feet too. It's got two pieces at the end. Annie, you are beyond ridiculous with your sticks. Say hello, you're live on YouTube. All right, guys. Well, I encourage you to read chapter 43 to see how you can be encouraged by God's promises. I want to see how many you can find in chapter 43, and then think about who you can encourage today by text, email, phone call, whatever. We all have to do that. That's our challenge, okay? I appreciate you guys joining. And if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. I'm going to be heading back here to my apartment to warm up. It's not as cold as I thought it was. It's only 23 degrees. It's not bad. It's the next 3 days that are going to be bad. It's going to be 9 degrees, 6 degrees, and 6 degrees. So I'm glad I got these new pants. I don't know if you can see them or not, but I got these new cargo pants that are fleece lined. So I'm ready. I'm ready. I love you guys. I appreciate you joining. That's awesome that you came out this morning. Okay, thanks, Olivia. Oh, okay, you get off at 9. Okay, that's good. What's on the docket for today? I have an appointment, a doctor's appointment at 9 a.m. And I think I need to clean my apartment and do laundry because I didn't get to do it yesterday like I thought because I was at church for so long. So I guess that's a good excuse to miss cleaning and doing my chores. Oh, you want to go on a long hike? No, I got a doctor's appointment this morning. We may go on a long hike someday, but not this morning. It's a little too cold. What are you guys doing today? Hey, Ryan, how are you? Thanks for joining. I was just talking about Isaiah 43 and being encouraged by God's promises. He's got so many of them just in that chapter. I love that book. My favorite chapter is 53. I've talked about that before. If you got more time than 43, go to 53. That's my favorite chapter in the book. That might be my favorite chapter in the Bible, to be honest with you. 53. Anyway, what do you guys got going on? Olivia, where do you work that you get off at 9 o'clock? That's pretty late. That almost sounds like a retail job. Are you in retail? You know, a lot of stores close at 9 o'clock. Annie, what are you doing? Uh-oh. Where are you? Annie. Yeah, I can always move my live back from 8 p.m. to later. I don't know. I was going to bed so early for a while that's why I made it at 8 p.m. Trying to figure out my sleep schedule. I was up at 4:44 yesterday, and this morning I was up at 5 a.m. So I don't know what's going on. Annie, what you doing, girl? What you doing, Annie? At least my fingers feel a lot better. I feel a lot warmer today because I have these new gloves on that a friend gave me with a whole bunch of his country western CDs. And the gloves are working like a charm, keeping my hands warmer than my other gloves were doing, which is fantastic. Oh, today and tomorrow will be the only days you're late. Oh, okay, good. Yeah. I'm kind of all of a sudden liking going to bed earlier and getting up really early. I used to never do that my entire life. I would always get up super late because I'm going to bed super late. Like college, even if I had an 8 a.m. class for basketball. The gym, I think we went to the gym to like warm up first, the weight room. But we had to be there at 6 a.m. before classes to do a weightlifting. Or, yeah, it was all weightlifting, that's right, pretty much. And then I had classes, and then I had practice, and then I would have to go to the mess hall to eat before it closed at 6 o'clock, go back to my dorm and get into the library and study till midnight. And I would get up and do it all over again, over and over and over again. So and then I worked for an international company, and and their schedule, their work day schedule skewed later. You know, they start later, work later. We had a lot of TV conferences at night. So I was just, again, used to staying up late. But I don't know, maybe I can change. Did that for decades. You're up at 4 a.m., Donut Dolly? Why are you up at 4 a.m.? Do you actually set your alarm? Do you have to get up for a specific reason, or do you just wake up? I'm kind of curious. 4 a.m. is crazy. Who gets up at 4 a.m., Annie? Definitely not you. I had to drag her out of the kennel at 7:30 this morning just to get here, and I still think I was a minute late. I was feeling bad for her. She found another huge stick. This looks like that big one that she had the other day. She dragged it all the way out here. That whole long walk. She may have dragged it here behind me the other day, and I didn't even notice it. Yeah, I do have regulars. It's kind of cool. They seem like very kind people too, which is very nice. Oh, you have little ones, Donut Dolly. Oh my. That's awesome. Annie, what are you doing? That's awesome. Yeah, enjoy that time with your little kids. It's hard. It's really hard. And I didn't help when we were married, I didn't help her as much as I should have. Ooh, I don't know if you guys saw that, but behind Annie, there's a hawk. It's at least a hawk. It's not a turkey buzzard because it was brown or gray. There it goes. Yeah, there's a hawk here. Right here. It just, no, not that one. That was a little one. It just flew across the creek. I don't know if you saw it, but It might have flown across the path when I was showing Annie, but I didn't see it because I was looking at the comments. Oh, it's a trail, but if you look, there's apartments here, and then there's this like retaining pond, but then it's all woods. I think this might be private property because it leads to that farm. It leads to a door in the gate of that farm. If you walk all the way down that path and go to the right, that's why I walk along that farm fence line. But no one goes back here. I've never seen a tractor or a truck come back here. They probably only use it, once in a while. But no one's on this side of the fence, obviously. They're just driving through here to get to their farm. So I don't know who owns this property, but it's beautiful. I mean, it's woods, there's a creek, there's a little trail, then there's a farm field on the other side. It's perfect. And he found lots of sticks. Oh, you grew to love mornings? I think I'm getting there. Honestly, I'm getting there. I've been getting up way, way early. But that's a good question, Ryan. I'll have to look into it. I don't know whose property it's on. We're not causing any trouble. We're not doing anything, so hopefully it's okay. I've never seen anyone out here. Frank is saying that the property's government owned. It's going to be converted to a park. I didn't know that, but Frank, this is not the Don Scott Airport. This is the other side of Don Scott Airport. This is the north side, not the south side at West Case. So I don't know who owns this property. It's different. And that farmland, Frank, it actually looks like it was farmed. It wasn't just like high grass like that one area where Andy and I used to go that you showed me off West Case. So I really don't know. This might actually be owned by Don Scott Airport. No, there's no way. I don't know. But Frank could be right. It could be government owned. They might own all the land all around Don Scott, including the farmland, and they just let someone farm it. We'll find out in a few months if someone farms it. I keep watching over there because I'm going to keep an eye on Annie because I can't see her all the time like you guys can. Yeah, but this is kind of an interesting place. Hey, Annie, come on. She just loves it out here. Gets her exercise in. Yeah, I'm glad we're able to enjoy it too. I mean, we're really lucky. I don't even know how I found it. We got very lucky. It's the old sheep farm, etc., Ohio State. Okay, I'll have to look at it on a map, Frank. I'm just not, because it's on the total other side of Don Scott Airport. I thought it was a different piece of property, but maybe not. That's right, because Don Scott is the Ohio State Airport. So I should know better. It's probably all owned by Ohio State. Yeah. All right, you guys got to help me find Annie. I seriously can't find her. Annie! I hear her. Annie? Uh-oh. Can you guys see her? I'm going to zoom in. I need some help. Yeah, again, this is not good. Annie, come! Oh, she's way down the path. She's way down the path. Way down there. I believe. Annie, come here! I think. Is that her way down there? Uh-oh. This is not good. Okay, I'm gonna go back in normal mode. Oh, I should have shown you guys the sunrise. We actually have the sun. I wasn't thinking. I was too busy messing up my live by muting it by accident. There, I'll get to show you now a little bit of it. Ah, there she is. She was behind me. Annie, you're such a good girl. Come on, come here. Let's go. Let's get a treat. get a treat. Annie, come here. Come here. Ow! Good girl. You're a good girl. You're a good girl. Ow! Come on. Yeah, finally, I know. Holy cow. Yeah, it's a beautiful sunrise. We got sun today. Although it's going to get colder all day long. Colder. Okay, come on, babe. Whoa, she's fast today. Oh my gosh, you see her leaping? Oh, probably not. The camera was down. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, she just leapt over this gray pile of snow. She's so funny. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to get in and warm up. I got to shower. Have an awesome day. About who